Kittens, today's reading is on Wednesday, the 16th of April 2025. A lot of the times you won't see me in the reading. Let's see what we have for the collective today. Now, I believe the importance of the reading is the message, not how long the reading is. It is good to have, a decent sized reading, but, it's the message that you get. That's what matters. So I'm shuffling the cards at the moment, and I'll try and remember to describe what each card kind of is. As I say, I'm looking at getting several decks in the end, but also from time to time, I will actually also be doing psychic readings without the tarot cards, because I've discovered that I do have this weird gift. I never asked to be a tarot card reader. I never asked to have this gift. It literally happened overnight, which is kind of surprising. So I'm shuffling the cards and we'll see what we have for the collective. So now the reading begins. Okay, I see today's reading for the collective is about emotions. The card is actually showing like a well, and maybe it looks as though it's kind of empty, but you can't see the bottom of the well. That's the card. But I see it's about, calming your emotions, living in a peaceful manner, being sturdy in your emotions and knowing who you are, centering yourself, and know that you are equipped through any situation that life will throw at you. I see the collective that with the emotions that... So this reading is about emotions. With the emotions that I would see the collective as positive, happy, peaceful, but at times, life has its ups and downs. I see the collective as happy, and that you do generally want to bring joy in your world, joy to your loved ones, and you want to share that joy. It's like the picture's sort of like a garden. This is a very abstract picture. It looks a bit like a person in the middle. Anyhow, I didn't design these cards. In life you are going to have times that are good and times that are bad. And that, you are going to get out through the troubled times. You're going to have troubled times too in life. It's not all roses. I think that's, and maybe you may want to meditate. See, like meditating, centering yourself, and, having quiet times. It's okay to have quiet times. It's also okay to be quiet. It's okay to be an observer, because when you observe, people do tell how they feel. So, with emotions, I see peace. I see you're at home with yourself. You're comfortable in your own skin. This is showing a house. You are happy to share your talents to the world, but at the same time, you need to know that you're important as well, and that your emotional state is important, a peaceful, calming emotional state. And that it's good to center yourself, good to take time out, and, not kind of, have people kind of drain you, because that isn't good for anyone. It's not good for you to be drained emotionally. Okay. Well, this card's a bit interesting. I've never seen this card before. Anyhow, with centering yourself, sometimes you might have to put a protective, barrier around yourself. And the card is like a tombstone. I've never seen this card. Anyhow, it's about, centering yourself and that you're going to be alright in whatever situation. Put protection around yourself. Now, that protection can be like a prayer. You might do like an affirmation. Like my affirmation is protection, money, love, health, good fortune. That's what I say. Protection, money, love, health, good fortune. And you can use that too. That's fine. So, if you bring sort of affirmation that, or you can say something like, what you like, imagine yourself sitting somewhere quietly and you imagine like this energy around you, and you can say something like white light, gold light, bronze, amethyst, to protect you, like bring in good energy, and always bring good energy towards yourself. Okay. It's very much on focusing on you, focusing that you're okay in your emotions, that you're centered, and that things are going okay for you. Yes, you do have to care for people, that's very important, but you must take the time to look after yourself as well, you know? And it's okay to step back. It's okay to say, look, you don't always have to say yes, you know? Remember, no is a final word. You don't have to also explain your no's. If you say no to someone, they need to accept that. You don't have to go, oh no, but I can't do this. No, they don't need your explanation. No means no. And you can say no. I see the collective as being wise. Maybe you are wise beyond your years. Maybe you have a sort of, you're happy in yourself. I see the collective as happy in themselves, wise. It's important to use what's in between your ears, as I've said before. It's important to be intelligent. It's important to be aware of your surroundings. And it's important to check in with yourself and that you're okay emotionally. And it's important to, protect yourself spiritually as well as physically. You might protect yourself with prayer or something like that. And it's like a wizard on that card. This card shows like a boat, so, through life we travel, we collect what we need to collect, we can focus on ourselves, we can know what path is right for us, and, it's good to get advice from friends and family, but at the end of the day, it's your decision. You choose what pathway you want to go, and, that's fine. You choose what works for you, because not everything works for you. Just because someone wants to get paid for a job doesn't mean that you have to do that job to get paid. You might do the job because you like to do it as a hobby, sort of thing. Showing like an animal. Know that even though you center yourself and that, things are going to be alright, and that you can stand up, learn to stand up for yourself too, As I said there, the thing is, when you say no, you don't need to be rude, just say, no, that doesn't work for me. Don't be persuaded by what others have to say. And if you say no, a no is a final no. And people need to learn to accept that. People around you need to accept when you say no, you mean no. You see, I'm the youngest, and I feel that I'm not taken seriously, that, my thoughts aren't taken seriously by family members. So, I've had to learn to stand up for myself. And, sometimes, you get people, they want to always be in your face and tell you how to live. Yeah, no, I've learned that as a younger person that people want to tell me how to live. But I'm an adult who can say no. We can all say no when we need to say no, and we should not feel guilty to say no. We should feel guilty and feel at peace with the decisions we make in our lives. And that we can journey with friends and family, and we can also take the journey on our own. And we can, I see calm waters, I see peace, and I see, happiness around the collective. But make sure that you learn to stand up for yourself and say a clear no. And you don't have to explain yourself. You have the right to say no. So this is like a person. So yes, stand up for yourself. If you say no, then people need to listen to you. If you say, yeah, I can help, that's cool, then that's fine too. But if you say, look, no, I'm unavailable, people need to get used to people saying no. I have a saying. You are not put on this earth to please others. You are put on this earth to share your life with others, but you are not there to be their show pony. You are there to help each other, but you don't want to be drained by people who don't see your worth and who only call you because they need something. You can stand alone. You can be happy in yourself. You can be contented in yourself. And that is fine. You can be a peaceful light in the world. You don't have to be negative towards someone. You don't have to be rude towards someone. You can still get your message across in a pleasant manner. There's no need to be, mean-spirited. Kindness is everything, and it does matter. And, this is showing 4-leaf clovers, this card. So we all are on a path, a stepping stone, and we all live individual lives. And it's always good to have peace in your heart, to center yourself, and to know that you can live the way you can. As long as you don't hurt people or animals, you can live in a good manner. And I'm actually going to look at picking the last card. So, emotionally, I feel a nice harmony going on with the collective. I feel a nice peacefulness with the collective, and know that you can be available for people. Don't let people drain you. Look after yourself. Look after others, definitely. And know that you might be the key to the family. You might be the heart of the family. The one that's sort of the emotional support system. But you need to take time out for yourself. So kittens, that is the end of the reading. If you like the video, please press the like button. Please subscribe and press the notification bell. Thank you. Meow, meow, meow.